Hello, I'm Harish, and in this channel I talk about various no tools using which you can pretty much build anything from a website to an app to an automation or even voice based applications. And this is episode 5 of building with Tally.so, and in this video we are going to look at how you can connect your Tally.so form to a Notion database. Alright, with that, let's get started. In the last episode, if you missed, do check the video. We have looked at how you can connect your Tally.so forms to Google Sheets, and the link to that is in the description below. And in this video, we are going to quickly look at a way to integrate your forms on Tally.so to a Notion database. If you don't know what Notion is an all-in-one workspace where you can have wiki pages for your applications, or you can have tasks of your team, or you can also have notes. You can also do anything pretty much from running a company to making your own content workspace or publishing posts to Instagram, which I've done a video about. You can do anything and everything on Notion is an amazing tool. And Notion also has the concept of databases where you can create tables and store values in those tables. And this video is where you'll see how you can link the power of tool that lets you create unlimited fields with unlimited forms and connect the responses into Notion so that you can share it with your team and internally, or do more with the data in Notion itself, right? With that, what we'll do this time is, instead of using a template like last video, I'm going to use one of my previous forms. So I'll just use the second form where we had different fields in different pages. We built a multi-page form. So we are going to integrate this form and store the responses in Notion. So let's get started. By now you know that you have to head to the integrations tab where there is a Notion connector. So all you have to remember is, for every form these connectors are different. So you have to link them every time. It's not that you link it once and use it every time. So let's say you want to connect this to Google Sheets, you have to connect your Google account again so that the sheet gets created and the data gets pushed. So now we are going to do Notion connector. So I'm just going to go ahead and click connect, and this will say login into Notion. Now I have to log in into my Notion account. I'll just use my personal account, an existing account that I have, and login. So when I clicked on login in Notion, I have a pop-up which I'm not able to record obviously, but I have a pop-up where I have the Notion login. So I'm just going to type my Notion login and quickly log in into Notion itself. So when you log in with email, Notion gives you a weird long code, which is a temporary login code. So I'm just doing that right now. Okay, I have my login code, and I'm pasting my login code here. Okay, I'm done with my login, and at the end it says which page I want to share with Notion. So let me try and figure out how to show this to you guys. Hold on. Yep, I've been able to quickly pull that up for you guys here. So this is what I see in the pop-up, right? This is my personal Notion account. It will ask you for permissions to be able to use your Notion. So once this is done, you should be able to click select pages and select a page where you want to store the data from Tally.so. Once I click that, all of these are my personal pages. Obviously, you're not able to see them because I have hidden them. And yeah, what we'll do is I'll quickly select one page and click allow access. Now Tally.so has access to the page I selected, and it should be able to create a database there. I'll also show you what happens in the Notion itself, but this is how the integration works. Now it says Harish's Notion has been connected. Now I have to select a database. There are no databases here found, right? So what you have to do is go back to your Notion, which I'm going to do now. Let me just pull that up here. So this is the page I gave Notion access to, and once it is open, one thing we have to do is make sure this is shared to web as per the instruction, guys. I'm not doing anything new here. So if you see the contact form where we are trying to link this says if you don't see a database in the list below, you need to share the page with Tally integration via Notion share menu. What I'm going to do is here, it is already shared. The share is here, so we don't need to do this. Share is already here. So what we will do is there is no table here. Notion is basically looking for a database here, right? So let's quickly create a table. So as you can see, I've just renamed the table to Tally.so submissions, and it has pulled up the name of the table. And now the next step is to be able to map these properties. So you have to select the field on Tally.so and map it to the property in Notion. So in that case, we'll have to just recreate all the fields here again. So we have first name. I'm just going to quickly recreate and get back to you. Alright, so I just quickly recreated the fields. Whatever fields I have on my form, I've just opened it up on the site to see. There is first name, last name, business email, country, company size, company name, and phone number. These are the fields I had in the 2 pages. So I'm just going to quickly map these fields. So I can select the field and then just refresh this so that the properties get updated because we've just changed them. So now I have the first name. I'm going to add last name. Now I have last name. Then I'm going to add business email. There is business email. Now I'm going to add company name and add company name. That's how you map each and every field. So if you have 10 fields, you have to create the same in that database as well. It will not get created like Google Sheets for you. You have to do it manually. See, as you can see, I selected a phone number field here, but the database doesn't have a phone number field. So we have to make sure we change that field from text to phone number. Right, we have changed that now. Now we have to do refresh again. Yeah, once the refresh is done, all the fields are in. These are our fields, and there's probably one field missing, but I think that's fine. Now the page content, if you want to add any page content, you can add it here, but the last option is export all previously submitted Tally form responses to Notion. I'm going to enable that just to see if the existing data, we have 2 responses, if that gets transferred to Notion or not. So I'm just going to click on connect Notion. And what this will do is push all the data, existing data also to the Notion table that we just created. Now looks like this is done. There is a green which means connected. And now let's go back and see if the data is submitted. Yep, as you can see, the data is submitted. And why do we have 3 empty fields? Because we had 3 empty rows in that table when we created the table. As you can see, these are the details that we submitted previously, right? If you've also noticed, let's quickly edit this, and I want to show you a quick thing is there are different options also which are not fields, right? There is response ID, form ID, the name of the form, and respondent ID, and submitted ID, which is the date and time stamp, right? You can also store all of this data into Notion. This is not visible as a field, but this data is available for you if you want to do any analytics or mix match with users who've previously probably submitted a form with you or anything like that. So that's how you basically connect a Tally.so form to a Notion database. You need a Notion page and you need to share that with Tally, which automatically happens when you log in with Tally, log in with Notion in Tally.so. And then the third and the last thing is create a table and add all the form fields into that table so that you can link the form fields individually when you are connecting with Notion. Drop a like if you found that useful and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you know somebody who's looking to find a developer or is running around trying to find some tech guy to build their ideas into an MVP or a reality, send them here because our channel is all about no code and no code only. With that, I will see you in the next episode of Building with Tally.so, which is an exciting episode where we look at how we can integrate and do a lot of automations using Zapier. With that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.